Hi guys, my name's Arnav Sharma. Today I'm back with Ross's videos. Anyway, today we'll be reading chapter 1 of the book Secrets of the Seven, the Eureka Key. So, if you've been watching my videos, I read the letter right before chapter 1 in the last video. And in this video, we'll be actually starting to read the book from chapter 1. So, I hope you're ready because this is gonna be fun. And again, this book is by Sarah L. Thompson. Okay, so here's chapter 1. Guys, ready? Here, I'll put on some relaxing, places and stuff. It's just like the woods. Let's play that. There we go. So, you can watch that while listening. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here goes. Chapter 1. Sam's eyes were on the clock. 9:54. He sat at his desk, tense as an Olympic sprinter waiting for the starting pistol to go off. He glanced across the classroom at his best friend. Adam looked even more nervous than Sam felt. He gave Sam a little nod and mouthed, "Good luck." Sam closed his eyes for a moment, trying to calm his breathing and to focus. He envisioned all the students and teachers in the school like chess pieces, set up their positions at the beginning of a game, and the game was about to begin. The last number on the digital clock blinked out and reformed. 9:55. The bell chimed. Go time. Sam clicked his timer button on his watch. Exactly 5 minutes and counting. He jumped up, grabbed his backpack, and headed for the door while the other kids were still collecting their books and chasing down stray pencils. He zigzagged between the desks and hurdled the trash can. 15 seconds gone, and he was in the hallway. Ahead was his first serious obstacle. Jason McKay, the lanky 8th grader hall monitor whose job it was to stand by the bottom of the stairs and make sure no lowly 6th graders escaped from the second floor between classes. So right now, there's this person named Sam and his friend named Adam, and I think he's trying to speed run something because he only had 5 minutes to do it. He's really running. So let's keep reading. Okay, so where were we? Jason watched the crowds of kids roaming the hallway like a hawk, a pawn who took his job a little too seriously. Sam reached into his backpack, shoved aside a dog-eared book of Sudoku puzzles and his battered Rubik's Cube. Why would he have Sudoku puzzles and a Rubik's Cube in his backpack? Okay. And pulled out a thermos. He loosened the top. He had to get the timing just right. It was his first gambit. He glanced back over his shoulders to see Adam merge from the classroom behind him and move into position on the other side of the hallway. Sam gave him the nod. "Hey, Jason!" Adam yelled. Jason turned. That red shirt looks great on you. It really brings out the color of your eyes." Lame, but it worked. While Jason stared at Adam, wondering what in the world was wrong with him, Sam spilled the lumpy, gooey contents of his thermos onto the floor. Even he had to admit how truly disgusting it looked and smelled. He stirred it up this morning while his mom was in the shower. Oatmeal, raw eggs, vinegar, and cottage cheese. A masterpiece. That actually sounds disgusting. Sam cleared his throat, coughed violently, and then groaned. Jason whipped his hand around, jumping back as he saw the horrific puddle of yuck on the floor. "My stomach," Sam moaned. "Oh, I think I'm dying." Jason covered his mouth with his hand and waved Sam away. "Gross. Get away from me, man. Go to the nurse." "Sorry," Sam mumbled, and staggered down the stairs, doubled over as if in pain. Once he was out of Jason's sight, he straightened up and checked his watch. 45 seconds gone. So far, so good. So So it's been 45 seconds, and he managed to get past the first obstacle, which was uh this hallway monitor, and he's in 8th grade, named Jason McKay, and he had to get past him to get to wherever he was going. So let's keep reading. Sam paused as he reached the first floor, pressing his back against the wall of the stairway so he could peer out into the hallway. At the other end was the main office, right next to the school entrance. The 7th-grade classrooms were on this floor, and the crowds had already started to thin as kids made their way to the next period. Sam spotted Mr. Green, the gym teacher, complete with orange tracksuit, scout, and a whistle on his lanyard, walking toward the men's bathroom with a crumpled copy of Uberjock magazine in his hand. "One," Sam muttered under his breath. Mr. Lee, the principal, was next. He stepped out of the main office and headed for the teacher's lounge, their empty coffee mug, high heels clacking on the linoleum, just as Sam had known she would. "Two," he whispered. A moment later, the front door of the school popped open, and a heavy-set man in a brown uniform backed in with a stack of boxes. "Hi, beautiful," he called out, and Mrs. Ferris, the white-haired secretary in the main office, giggled girlishly. Three. Just like clockwork, Sam thought, but he forced himself to focus again. Too early to get cocky. All the pieces were in place. It was Sam's turn to move. He stepped out of the stairwell and started walking at a steady pace. Not too slow, not too fast. Down the hallway. The delivery guy propped open the entrance and the door to the office. Whistling, he went back outside for the rest of the packages. Just before he reached the office, Sam ducked so the tall counter shielded him from Mrs. Ferris' sight. Hunched over, his rubber-soled shoes silently on the freshly waxed floor, Sam scuttled along the length of the counter and right through the principal's open office door. Let me read that sentence again. Hunched over, his rubber-soled shoes silently on the freshly waxed floor, Sam scuttled along the length of the counter and right through the principal's office open front door. 2 minutes gone. "What have you got for us today, Jimmy?" Mrs. Ferris was asking. "Oh, just some copy paper, new pens, and—" He pulled out a single red rose from his back pocket and handed it to the secretary. Sam glanced back. "Oh, barf." Mrs. Ferris was smiling at Jimmy. Jimmy was smiling back. There was no one else in their little world. Certainly not some kid sneaking into the principal's office. Oh, he's trying to sneak into the principal's office? Why would he do that? Okay, let's keep reading. Sam eased the door shut and spun around. He'd done it. No mistakes, not a wasted second. But there was still more to do. Sam settled himself into the principal's leather chair in front of her computer. Tapped the mouse and the computer screen brightened. Tiny window appeared in the center of the display. Enter password. Okay, this was it. The moment of truth. Sam cleared his mind, as he did whenever he had an especially difficult puzzle to solve. You can do this, he thought to himself. After all, this wasn't the first time Sam had been in Mrs. Lee's office. He sat on the other side of the desk often enough. Sure, the things he had done were against the rules. They should have thanked him for the time they reprogrammed the school bell to play the theme music from Interstellar Zombies. But they weren't just any old pranks. They were works of art. Okay, so he's gotten in trouble lots of times, and he seems like a puzzle solver because he likes puzzles, and he's done some stuff like reprogram the school bell. So let's keep reading. Apparently, Mrs. Lee had no appreciation for art because he always got detention. Every time he had gotten in trouble, he'd watch the principal type in her password to access his records. He'd never been able to see the keyboard, but he had heard the keystrokes, 7 of them, a 7-character password. On the face of it, the calculations weren't pretty. With 36 letters and numbers, there were over 78 million possibilities. If the password was case sensitive, over 3.5 billion. And if you factored in symbols, Sam didn't even want to think about that. But he knew he could figure this out. Sam could figure anything out. Mrs. Lee was a no-nonsense type of lady. Sam remembered her typing that password fast, so it was unlikely to be a string of random numbers and letters. No, the password had to be something personal, something familiar. Sam took a slow breath to steady his fingers, let his gaze drift over to the principal's desk. Every puzzle had an answer, and he had a feeling this one was right in front of his nose. There was a bowl of candy, 2 cat figurines, one holding an umbrella, one about to pounce on an eternally startled mouse, a pile of student files, a cat mug with pencils in it, and 3 photos of the biggest, fluffiest orange cat Sam has ever seen. So the principal, he's like a cat person. So that's cool. Excuse me. Anyway, that's like I said, excuse me. Anyway, let's keep reading. Wait, give me a sec. Oh wait, it's the principal is a lady, so she's a cat person. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, Sam thought. Mrs. Lee's clearly a cat lady. Figures. Yeah, see? Sam squinted at one of the photos, where he could see a silver heart hanging from the cat's rhinestone-studded collar. It had the name engraved on it. A name with 7 characters. Sam grinned. Bingo. He typed Dickens. Oh, that's smart. Holding his breath, he clicked OK. The password box blinked out. The desktop popped up. Another picture of Dickens covered with little folders and icons. He was in. 3 minutes gone. Oh, that's cool. So he hacked the password by checking out the principal's table. Sam's fingers flew across the keyboard as he accessed the school's main database where students' records were kept. He typed Robinson Adam into a search box. He jiggled the mouse impatiently as the computer slowly processed his request. A window opened up. Adam's grades. So it looks like he's trying to help or not help his friend Adam. Probably help because his name is Sam and he was talking to Adam, and Adam told him good luck right before. A whole column of A's straight down the screen. Every quarter, every class, until the last one. There it was. A big, fat, disastrous D. In gym class of all things, where you pretty much just had to show up breathing and semi-conscious to get a passing grade. But Mr. Green hadn't taken kindly to Adam choosing the jazz band over his baseball team back in March. He'd had it out for Adam's GPA ever since. Every time Adam dropped the ball in gym class, every time his shoelace was untied, that was another failing grade. It wasn't fair. So, the gym teacher was mad because he chose band. Adam chose band instead of his baseball team. And he's been giving him, failing grades for every simple thing that he did wrong, like dropping the ball in gym class. Anyways, let's keep reading. And Sam wasn't going to let that jerk get away with it. 2 quick keystrokes, and Adam's D became an A. Take that, Mr. Green. Sam closed the school records, put the computer back to sleep, and checked his watch. It had taken a little longer than he'd hoped. 4 minutes and 30 seconds gone. Time was running out. All Sam had to do now was get back to his class without being caught, and the game would be his. He cracked the door open and saw Mrs. Ferris and Jimmy still chatting it up. No, this is not supposed to happen, he thought in a panic. Jimmy should be gone by now. He was always gone by now. There was no way he could sneak back out through the office with those 2 standing right there. He'd be caught for sure. Leave it to Jimmy to sacrifice his delivery schedule for a few extra minutes with his sweetheart. Sam closed the door again and began to sweat, but there was always an unexpected move to play. He just had to find it in time. Then his eyes fell upon Mrs. Lee's open office window. In 5 seconds, Sam's sneakers were hitting the grass outside. Sam raced across the brick wall to the school's entrance. The main door was still propped open. He ducked through and was barreling through the stairwell when he slammed right into Mr. Green. Sam looked up at the gym teacher's scowling face, his heart hammering. "What you klutz!" Mr. Green said, and slapped at Sam with his magazine. "What are you doing down here anyway?" Laps," Sam puffed, thinking fast. "Gotta keep up my game. Am I right, sir?" Mr. Green grunted. "Get to class, Solomon, or you'll be doing push-ups in the mud." Mr. Green grunted. Fluttered with relief, Sam took the stairs 3 at a time, vaulted over his own fake vomit slick, and saw Jason on the way down the hall with the custodian and his mop. "The nurse isn't fine," Sam called out. "Just some kind of flesh-eating virus. No biggie." Sam skidded around the two of them and threw himself into a seat in Mrs. Ramirez's math class just as the clock flashed 10 o'clock and the bell rang. While Mrs. Ramirez was collecting homework, Adam glanced nervously over at Sam from the next row. Sam gave him a thumbs up. So Sam went and changed Adam's grade because he gotten an unfair D, and Adam was like looking at him when he came back if it worked or not, and Sam said it would because he gave him a thumbs up. Sam could see Adam's whole body sag with relief. Sam knew what his best friend's dad was like about grades. Mr. Robinson would have grounded Adam for a month if he had brought home a D, even a stupid, undeserved D in gym. Adam dropped his homework on the floor and jumped out of his seat to get it. As he got back, he smoothly slipped a folded $20 bill onto Sam's desk. "Hey, no," Sam whispered. "This was a favor." Heads started to turn. "Take it," Adam insisted. Sam covered the bill with his hand as Adam sat down again. "It's the least I can do," Adam murmured. "You saved my butt. Big time." "Eyes up here, please," Mrs. Ramirez called. Math class began. Sam settled back in his chair with a smile. The $20 bill curled in his palm. Checkmate. So Adam paid him $20 for it, but Sam said he didn't need to because it was Sam and Adam are friends. But he said it's fine to take it, so he did. And that was chapter 1 of this amazing story, Secrets of the Seven, the Eureka Key. So chapter 2, I will be reading in the next video, or the video after that, right? And I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed this chapter. It was fun how it showed what Sam was capable of, and it showed who Adam was, what Sam was capable of, and it kind of gave a hint to the story could be about. It could be about him having to solve a really hard puzzle since he's a puzzle solver. So, because that's how stories usually go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and that's the story. So again, that was Secrets of the Seven, the Eureka Key, chapter 1. Next video, I'll be reading chapter 2. Anyways, this is Sharma, signing out.